Oh, we are live. We are live, brothers, sisters, everybody. Welcome to the 27th episode of the Wrestling Council. My name is Antonio Bryce. I am a comic book creator, and you can check out my comic book brand, Way of the Gun. It is in the description and also at acaripress.com and also in Boogie Bentley's hand. He actually has his copy of it. He's very kind to back us. But our podcast is brought to you each and every week by our good friends at the Outright Geekery Podcast Network. You can check them out at outrightgeekery.com.
And Gomer just shows up in the chat right as you're plugging his website.
Yeah, well, there you go. outrightgeekery.com. And matter of fact, I've got a little banner there. There it is. Outrightgeekery.com.
Oh, wow. You went the full mile now.
Yeah, there you go, man. We love our friends at the Outright Geekery Podcast Network, helping bring us this fine quality entertainment each and every week. Now, let's go around the circle and introduce everyone. On my right there is Mr. Comic Book Bob. How are you, Comic Book Bob?
It's me. It's CBB.
No.
Does the C stand for cringe?
Yeah, that was some cringy shit, bro. That was some cringy shit. Matter of fact, I had to move off of you now. Underneath Comic Book Bob is my dear friend who actually happens to have a copy of brand, Mr. Boogie Bentley from the S&B Network. Boogie, how are you, sir?
I'm great, man. I ran to the mailbox. I got my tracking number that it was delivered, and I sat down and they don't listen to this. I read it while I was working. Man, I'm proud of you, dude. It's, when you talk about brand, everybody talks about Kanan's art because that's all you can see. But man, the writing's good, and somebody that doesn't get enough credit. And when I listen to the director's commentary, the colors, Kid Icarus.
Oh, Kid Icarus!
Man,
I love Kid Icarus. Yes, he is
great colors. But,
he is fantastic, and glad to have him sewn up for another edition of Brand Way of the Gun. So it's awesome to have him back, and my entire team is returning, by the way. But okay, Boogie, love you, brother. But the last, but fourth of the four horsemen of the Wrestling Council, he is a comic shop owner. I don't know how this current climate is. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yo, Carter, how are you, my friend?
I am wonderful. I'm living it up as much as you can in, a house. And that's about it. Every once in a while, I'll walk the dog.
Okay.
Well, is that what they call it now?
Oh, I watch wrestling also.
As do I. I've been watching a lot of WWE Network and old wrestling clips and stuff as of late, as I've been packing these horrible comics that I have to ship out to everyone. So that's kind of been what's been occupying my time. But let's get into it. We got off of the Wrestling Council last week, and things started happening. There has been some blowback for Matt Hardy's little segment on AEW Dynamite last week. So much so that the good folks at AEW decided to start explaining that Mr. Hardy was not teleporting. A lot of people were like, look, man, we understand y'all did, but that's it. I thought Matt Hardy's segment, as I said last week, I thought they let him do too much. They were so happy to have Matt Hardy that they did not rein him in. They did not give him any instruction, and they just let him do whatever he want. And then all of a sudden, he's teleporting from place to place, and Tony Schiavone's like, "Can you believe it? Are my eyes deceiving me?" And it was just crazy. And so now it starts coming out. Some of the like Wrestle Talk and some of these other dirt sheets start coming out, and they go, well, apparently when they taped the segment the first time, Chris Jericho thought it sucked, so they had to re-record it on the fly as they were airing AEW Dynamite that week. And then and they were like, oh, he's not really teleporting. The Vanguard 1 was projecting him in various places. And it was either way. I thought they can't just let Matt just do whatever he wants. He has a great creative mind, but you still have to have some disbelief, or where you have to be able to suspend disbelief. You can't be.
I think it works better when he's at the compound because it kind of separates from being in the wrestling arena. It's a little better when you say suspend belief. It's I just like it better when he's not in the building.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's because people were like, Chris Jericho just seemed like. And I mean, I know him and Matt are friends, so I was just like, okay, just let him do whatever he wanted, and they're saying Tony Khan's like, hey, we want you guys to, be creative and stuff, but can't just go off, that happened when they had that horrible Dark Order episode with the fake punch and all that, and they said Tony Khan, stepped in and started going, hey, we can't do that. That's bad for business.
I think also like when he does it on the compound because the impression is that a lot of it is in his head, so it's like you said, it's detached from reality. But when it's like there in the ring, man, it was just it was cringy as hell.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. So I thought that was they needed to let my man do what he wants, but kind of.
To a certain extent.
Yeah. It was a little too much. And then then we go to the beginning of what I always start the weeks on Friday, because that's when WWE Smackdown, we air on Thursdays every week. So then we go into Smackdown. So Smackdown was super awful cringy. Had a pretty bad Elias Baron Corbin segment, and SmackDown itself wasn't really doing it for me. So
there was that Gulak match, and at least it had consequences. So to build towards WrestleMania. So I think like that aspect was good. Of course, I'm a Daniel Bryan mark, but
if you're going to keep showing the same guys, at least show guys that can wrestle. That makes it somewhat better.
Did we like the dirt sheet segment? I thought that was kind of funny where they pretended to be the different wrestlers and stuff like that. I thought that segment was okay.
That was almost like Matt Hardy though.
Yeah.
Bouncing around, being different people.
How would they have played that if they had actually had an audience? If I'm curious.
I don't think they would have done that.
Yeah, they would have done something different.
They put forth effort. That's what I'll say about it.
So that one part about talking about the Miz and Morrison, they're saying the Miz is not going to be part of WrestleMania now. They said that he was one of the reasons that Roman Reigns backed off, because he showed up to the Performance Center sick, and like the Usos were pissed at him because obviously their cousin is still recovering from leukemia. He's got a immune system issue, and the Miz showed up with the sniffles or something, and they said that he put Roman at risk. And so the Miz has been pulled from WrestleMania. They're still showing Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. When you look at it, all the official advertisements for WrestleMania, he's still being shown as the main event, Goldberg and Roman Reigns, when it's widely being reported that it's going to be Braun Strowman versus Goldberg now. Yeah,
Let me ask you guys a question. Since this WrestleMania is going to be over 2 nights, do you think next year, should there be crowds next year, do you think they'll do 2 nights again? Do you think they're just going to go for it?
I don't think so, because the normal WrestleMania thing is to do the access week,
right?
And then meet and greet with the fans the whole week. Do the Hall of Fame induction, which that's been moved to SummerSlam. Hall of Fame is supposed to be SummerSlam now. Yeah. So they're not doing the Hall of Fame thing with the Bellas. Oh, the Bella, the
Dude, they're always looking for a reason to. They're always looking for a way to ace out those smaller companies that come in the area during that time.
Because the smaller companies are trying to cheese off of them.
But that's what NXT is, right?
But it's a dream for a wrestling fan, not only to go to WrestleMania, but to catch all those indie shows. I mean, everybody is in the town.
But Vince is always hot to try and squash those people if he can, and 2 nights would do it.
They would just work around it. I don't think Vince could stop it. They would just change the days of their shows. I mean, they're doing shows at breakfast time. They're doing shows at lunchtime. They're doing them at midnight. They're starting shows. They would work around it. The indie guys are going to get there.
Yeah, I think they're going to, I'm assuming, I'm thinking for the in the positive that we're going to be through this coronavirus and the world's not going to look like the Tommy Knockers a year from now.
How many months is it going to be, Bookstradamus?
I think this week, the next couple of weeks are going to be when everybody freaks out because the numbers are going to skyrocket because people are getting tested. I think we're going to be shut down through at least May. I think maybe June we start to come back to normal. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
I think the crackdown is going to, like you said, because of all the testing that's going on right now. I think that when the numbers jump like everyone's predicting they are, I think the whip's going to crack a lot harder than it has been. And
Tennessee finally is doing what California did weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, you guys?
The 16th was my last day, I think, of March.
They're just now. It's been encouraged, and now they're saying if it's non-essential, law enforcement can pull you over.
Well, I still saw something online about police being brought in if people in California don't shape up, and we're doing good.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's just going to get more and more draconic, I think, as time goes on, and because eventually it's going to have to kill this.
We better hope it's a hoax.
Well,
I better waste 4 months and it be a hoax. And
there's a lot of people that are really worried that this is going to turn into a power grab. So
just go listen to Malin. He's all about it.
Well, I mean, that's what
the hoax part of it. Yeah.
The government is doing shady stuff right now. Everybody knows.
They always are, right? Of course. And Vince is involved. I just know it.
Yeah, but I don't think
there.
I don't think we're gonna get back to live shows until after June.
So wrestling is almost going to be on hiatus for a while.
Yeah. It's going to be shut down, right? I mean,
I think they can't do this performance center.
Yeah,
right?
AEW is definitely affected for sure.
Well, they moved to Georgia, obviously, this week, but eventually Georgia's going to have to shut down too.
Right. All you're doing is moving to some state that's lagging. That's eventually going to have to do it regardless.
Yeah, I think eventually it's all going to have to go on hiatus.
So AEW is going to be the carrier.
Antonio, when you said that they had 2 Raws in the books, is that after Mania or was that before Mania?
I think after.
That's for after. That's for after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they went on. Yeah, WWE went on a freaking taping spree.
If they were smart, they would shut down after Mania.
All right, you have to remember, though, that this is the way Vince wanted to. Remember, Raw used to always be like almost 2 weeks behind. It used to be like 2 weeks behind. They used to tape Raw 2 weeks in advance. And then that was one of the reasons why Eric Bischoff was exposing their ass all the time. Because
Mr. Wonderful said they just cut Malin's live stream.
Wow. We're great. Nobody hates us.
Well, come over here. We'll entertain you.
But I mean,
stop taunting. Antonio's getting shut down.
I've had.
Well, I want to get this out really quick. Impact. We used to laugh at them. We used to laugh at them. Well, not we, but I used to laugh at them for taping like months ahead of time. They still got an audience.
Yeah. I actually watched it this week, dude.
That opening was the most mind effing thing I've seen on wrestling. I think. They went to some netherworld, and Sinister Minister was there, and he got shanked at the end of it. It was last week was something else.
That was crazy because I thought the part that was crazy was Eddie Edwards, Michael Elgin, and Tessa Blanchard just brawling back and forth
dude. Oh my god, she came in and she's like a munchkin compared to Eddie Edwards.
And then Elgin gets in the ring. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, at least he's like a fire. Oh my god, give me a break.
But she's still a champ, right? I haven't watched that thing since
yeah, dude. And I'm gonna tell you what, man. When the 3 of them were in the ring, I'm going, there is no goddamn way this woman can beat these dudes.
Oh, she's gonna beat them both, not just
one.
She's
tiny next to them, and they're not even the biggest dudes.
That's what happened with DB when he was against Mark Henry and the Big Show. Those two guys cancel each other out.
It's the
DB wins.
Show.
Did you watch all of Impact, Yule?
No. I was watching the women's match.
They're all women's matches now.
Oh, they.
I'm just saying.
No, I
match
love
is
the
a women's
North.
match.
I love the North. Alexander and Ethan. I love those guys.
I'm amazed that Ethan let her pin him clean. I thought it was going to be some kind of a schmoss kind of thing.
He did what he was told.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Much, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and by the way, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check out that show he's doing.
Oh yeah, isn't it tomorrow?
It's tonight, I think.
Oh, I thought Yule said it was tomorrow.
Wait, what was that?
The Body show. I think it's later tonight, isn't it?
I thought it was at 3 p.m. for some reason.
No, I wasn't watching Impact because I was finishing up watching WrestleMania's host lose the Masked Singer.
Oh, Rob was on.
That's right, Rob Gronkowski.
Rob was on the Masked
So there was a
Singer.
whole Fox WWE WrestleMania Masked Singer tie over.
Trip.
Yeah.
I gotta get something in on Impact. Kid Kash was on the show.
Yeah,
You guys remember Kid Kash?
Yep.
That's like, yeah, he's old.
I wrestled Tony Givens, the promoter of Innovate Wrestling, which is where Chase Owens kind of came up through around here. I wrestled Tony Givens in a ladder match, and Kid Kash came to the ring before with us and said, one of these days, one of these two guys is going to make it to the big time, and they're going to get a contract with a big two company. So it's nice to see my friend Kid Kash, who asked me what my name was 73 times before we went out through the curtain.
And what is your name again?
Yeah, he kept saying, "What is it again?" Justin Matthews, man.
Oh, that's what you wrestled as?
Yeah.
Okay. Justin Matthews.
My first name's Justin, so you just go by your first and middle. Is what the guy that trained us did.
Okay,
So, dude, you need to get you need to use the name that like leads into something like Just Incredible. You could have been Just Insane.
My dad wanted to name me Justin Time.
Oh, jeez.
I'm dead serious, dude. Dead serious.
Justin.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I remember
Is your
Justin
dad into
Incredible.
wrestling, Boogie?
What?
Is your dad into wrestling?
No, he hated it.
No, he hated it.
Yeah.
So, for those of us who didn't watch SmackDown, was there anything worth a crap?
Oh, you didn't watch it? Oh, yeah, you said you didn't watch it.
SmackDown wasn't very good. The
That's the
Baron
Gulag.
Corbin, Elias segment, like I said, a lot of people were shitting on that. They
It
thought
was cut and edited and all that
Yeah.
crap.
that's what I'm worried about for WrestleMania. I've heard that they are doing multiple takes from matches. They're doing retakes and all kind of. Also, did anyone go on Instagram and see Roman Reigns' response to people shitting on him for pulling out of the WrestleMania match, even though he's still being advertised as the main event with Goldberg? Did you see? It's
He's
on
a
his
little-
Instagram now, and he had some.
He always
some words.
does. He always does.
He said he made a decision for the best interest of his family.
You can't blame the guy, man.
Yeah,
No.
I get it. But there were some people being.
But he was
very
already
negative.
there. I mean, the Usos, when they found out about the Miz, they went straight to Roman and were like, "Let's get the F out of here." Probably because if you do, we can too.
But that's what I'm saying. That's one thing I meant to ask, because Boogie always has do we have a definitive match card for WrestleMania 36 now? Because I'm hearing we're gonna have the tag team match without tag teams in it. It's gonna be more than versus
Oh, what a cluster this is gonna be!
Yeah,
wait.
that triple threat tag team match is not going to happen now, and it's supposed to be like Miz versus
One of the
Kofi or something. They've scrapped, and the matches that were supposed to happen aren't happening.
They should have postponed the whole freaking thing.
I
No
don't
way.
disagree.
The whole thing.
way. No
But
way.
My
If Owen
favorite,
can die and they can keep wrestling, you can
my
put on a WrestleMania.
I laughed way
goddammit.
too hard at that.
I can't wait to see if this is the worst WrestleMania of all time.
It will be. It has to
It
be.
has
sponsored by
to be.
Snickers. Damn it!
I'm gonna get a Snickers for this.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
need to
wipe
go.
it
Yeah, I need to
down
go get
when I
some
get
Snickers.
from the store,
Uh,
and I'm gonna eat a Snickers.
You can't go to the store. Oh, it's essential. Yeah, you can.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Oh yeah, my store.
Alcohol, baby.
Walgreens up the road from me, they started closing. They close every night at like 8 now, and they only keep the drive-through for the pharmacy open now. So like after 8, you can't go in.
It's like a killer's out on the loose everywhere.
It's insane, man.
Like Jack the Ripper's out there somewhere. I mean, to hunt him down.
This is where like those sayings like a stitch in time, come from. 100 years later, it's going to be because of this time right now.
Oh, they're going to be talking about this forever.
Yeah.
Like my wife went to the grocery store. Had to go to 2 grocery stores, actually. She got to the second one and texted me so happy that they had food. It's insane.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to catch the truck getting there at the right time.
Dude, the toilet paper thing's real, too.
Oh, the toilet paper thing is definitely real. It's hard to get the toilet paper out here on these streets.
I got to stop drinking coffee.
That's crazy. But like I said, SmackDown was awful. And then, like I said, they started taping WrestleMania matches like 2 weeks ago. So
no spoilers. No spoilers.
That's why I'm not Googling anything. I'm scared I'm going to get spoilers.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I
haven't seen anything. Bravo, everybody.
Yet. I am very shocked that the stuff hadn't leaked out yet because the dirt sheets have everything. They do have Brock Lesnar. They have Brock Lesnar jumping in Vince's face for making him come out there and film this match. With Braun Strowman, that's still hard to Braun Strowman. He's doing the Claymore thing.
Drew Galloway,
Drew Galloway, or McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Drew Galloway is what he did before he got there. But like
RVD.
Apparently, he was not happy that because he wanted to just wrestle his match and leave.
Yeah, if you notice, what was it? A couple of WrestleManias ago. He had a match, what was it, against Daniel Bryan or something like that, and he just showed up. They put, and which was I thought was odd, they put him right at the beginning of the damn show where he could wrestle and get the, he did not want to stay. And so he wrestled his match quick. He had, Paul Heyman came out, cut the promo, he won, and he got the hell out of there. He does not, and that was in front of people.
Yeah.
And that's on WWE Network. He did that on purpose because Brock does not like to be around those folks if he doesn't have to. They said he had his helicopter and everything on standby, waiting to get him the hell up out of there. And then so they went out there, he did the squash match and left. And then the rest of the show went on. But this time he felt like he shouldn't have had to fly out to the Performance Center to do anything. He felt like, he got on to Vince for not. Vince has a lot of sponsorship dollars at stake because he's still going to get a lot of money. They sold pay-per-view rights to FS1. I saw it's like Fox is gonna, and I saw that and I was like, okay, so
it's funny because they were like a couple years ago they were talking crap about moving away from pay-per-view and everything. It's like pay-per-view is the past, and now they're all like, hey, pay-per-view guys.
Well, they shot themselves in the foot when they made the network $9.99.
Yeah,
they should have made tiers. $9.99 gives you everything but pay-per-views. Yeah. $14.99 gives you X number of pay-per-views, and then if you want the WrestleManias, the SummerSlams, the Royal Rumbles, you got to pay $29.99 a month. Something crazy like that. They shot
I don't think it would have
gone
off. I don't know if it would have made it then. Do you? I mean, they were going top notch all the way. They were doing the streaming service that does baseball, and they're no joke. And they're better than Netflix.
So wait a minute. So let me ask you guys this, because there was stuff that was supposed to happen. Obviously that everybody's seen that fancy truck that Becky Lynch has been driving for a couple of episodes and all that kind of stuff. But it's been widely reported that Ronda Rousey was supposed to make an appearance at WrestleMania. Are we still getting Ronda Rousey now?
I think
it seems like you blow it to have her show up at
that WrestleMania, right?
I mean, you want that reaction. Reaction.
So on Raw, they showed the match. Isn't that setting us up for Ronda Rousey coming out?
I do think she's going to come out because I think
after
you're right.
Becky or after Shayna?
I think here. Okay, supposedly this is what people think is going to happen. This was before that was taped, so this is not a spoiler.
Because Cain Velasquez was supposed to come out too. That's right. Why he spoiled the fact that they were at Connecticut.
What a cluster!
when
would
he
I
sit
can't
on
wait for
all that.
WrestleMania.
I was sit on all that.
Supposedly she's going to come out and she's going to help Shayna beat Becky, and then she's going to turn, and then she's immediately going to turn on Shayna, and they're going to set up her versus Shayna since Becky's leaving for like 3-4 months.
That's actually good booking.
I assume that Becky Seth vacation will be more of a staycation, right?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I've been watching a lot
traveling like they were like.
I've been digging Ronda.
Right?
Ronda's got a contract with Facebook Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
She's been streaming on Facebook, playing all kinds. She's been playing World of Warcraft. She's been playing
really,
and she's getting 5,000-6,000 people watching her play video games.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I watched her play Resident Evil. It was pretty
dude. And I was watching her play Friday the 13th. She's streaming on Facebook, and then she's taking them and uploading them onto her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And in her YouTube channel, she's like canning and going around her farm and like cleaning her steers and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, her
like back
channels,
home.
Yeah. I mean, her and her husband, they got to think, but she was supposed to be, they had been planning to, knock her up. She was wanting to have, and Vince was like, do you have to have a baby?
The impregnation, it impregnation destination or whatever the hell that thing was called?
Yeah. I was like, because they,
I'm going to remember.
Well, when she
Go ahead, I'll remember.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
No, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Vince McMahon and his stupid ass sayings about his things.
No,
right?
Rhonda said something like she and her husband were going on a pregnation vacation or something.
Oh, okay. She made a because that's one thing I loved about her video game stream. She was swearing and everything while she was playing like Friday the 13th and stuff, and she made some sexual innuendos.
Dude, have you ever heard any of her like interviews and stuff from the UFC?
Yeah,
she swears like a freaking sailor.
But I mean, she was because she was telling the fans that they could tip her, and then her husband was like, "I'll tip you." She's like, "Oh yeah, honey, you can tip me." When I get done. And she said, "I love your tip." She was saying all kind of stuff, and I was just digging it. But like I said, she's getting great audience response on her Facebook channel when she's playing. Yeah, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people are watching her stream.
I'll tell you what, if she wants to really get some followers, she needs to do that nude.
She got to do the wrestling council.
No, man,
come on here.
Yeah, she needs to do that. She needs to do that. Put up that nude shoot she did with Sports Illustrated. The body issue.
Yeah, well, I've seen that online, and I enjoy her. And but I didn't realize she was such an avid gamer.
Like a
Yeah, she's fantastic. She plays everything. She takes requests from the audience. She'll let them add her on Nintendo Switch and stuff, and she's very fan friendly on her gaming channel. So I was like, okay, Ronda getting it in. But like I said, she snuck to the corporate headquarters up there in Connecticut, and that was supposed to be a big secret. And it was all over social media that she was there. So she's supposed to have. I'm just wondering, based on what's going on, is she actually going to make an appearance at WrestleMania now? Because a lot of that stuff, they already said Vince has changed certain things because they're not going to have the crowd and all this kind of stuff. So are you losing it to have her show up at WrestleMania now, or is it still worthy?
Well, I think because of the situation and because of where we're going, like I said, I think we're going to end up getting shut down. I don't think we're going to get anything until after June. Maybe it's just to do something so they actually got something right now. So,
the Hall of Fame's been pushed to SummerSlam, so the Bellas will be even more pregnant when they waddle onto the stage to be inducted. They're gonna they've already been on Instagram showing baby bumps already.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's Total Bellas is debuting tonight, by the way.
Oh yeah, we got to get off here. I got to go watch.
Oh, do you watch Total Bellas?
Of course, I watch Total Bellas.
Okay, hold up. So, did you see the trailer where Daniel Bryant got cucked? Where his wife was with her sister discussing leaving him?
No, well, it's all work anyway.
Yeah, I know, but then she hugged some guy. Looked like he wanted to grab her ass or something. She was at the guy hugged her, and then her sister was like, "Don't just stay with him because you have a kid," and all this. The whole thing was weird. I was like, whoa.
I'm surprised he's cool with that, man. I really am.
And the only way he would be cool with that is if it is absolutely a work.
Oh, of course it's a work. Total Divas
yeah.
is the same way. They always have a
also
storyline.
Yeah, she also said that she's like, I don't want to sound like a bad person, but I don't want to have another kid. And then obviously later on in the trailer, they go, she tells Daniel that she's late or whatever, and she thinks, and all it did. Yeah, her little girl was there, and she's like, Mama's surprised too, and it was the whole thing. He's like, you're surprised, Mama's surprised too, So the whole thing. But I thought that was weird when her and her sister were discussing, number one, leaving him. And then also her saying that she didn't want to have another baby. And then obviously later on, she finds out she's late. And then her sister finds out she's pregnant at the same. Yeah, I was like, that's on tape forever. That's weird. If they let them do that for a storyline, that's weird.
That Colt Cabana is giving the Wrestling Road Diaries #1 for free right now, streaming. Ooh. Go check his Twitter. It's the one I told you guys about it before. It's Daniel Bryan's last indie tour before he goes to the WWE, and Colt had just gotten fired. It's good. It's so good. Hey, have you seen it?
God. Yeah, actually, I only seen the first one. They go and they like stay at one of their fans' houses in Massachusetts or something. Yeah. This guy is interesting that they're staying with.
He's got a pretty big Twitter following now.
Yeah, I've seen him on Chikara shows.
Steven Turtle Weiner.
Yeah. He's like hilarious. Wiener. You got to see his matches because he does like a match or something, and it's in Chikara. So I mean, anything goes there. Okay, if you guys don't like teleporting, you're gonna hate Chikara.
Okay, it's like I'm a baseball game.
Let me go to the next one because I want to ask about Raw because I watched the Raw thing and
I got something to say about Raw.
Okay, so let's get into Raw because I thought Edge's promo was pretty good.
What about Taker?
Undertaker's
going to come out to keep rolling.
No, he totally sounded like he was trying out for Pulp Fiction too.
Yeah,
I thought he was going back to
Wallace.
I think he's going back to the American Badass,
riding that stupid Harley to the ring, looking like an idiot.
What, with 3 inches to ride it?
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
There was a time he rode his.
He should come out on the scooter. That would be awesome. Yeah. I would love that.
Come out in a wheelchair.
I was like, no.
What are those mobility scooters?
At the end of the promo, I'm bringing the unholy trinity with me. So I wonder if it's going to be like a combination of regular Taker, the Ministry of Darkness, and then American Badass.
Or that has to be what he's talking about. Or is he bringing like some of the members of the?
No way.
And I see Colonel Irwin got through Raw in just over 30 minutes this week. One fairly mediocre 6-man, 2 squash matches, and a truckload of. Yeah, well, and I'm getting burnt out on them just blowing off all the. Hey, here's Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio.
But I'm with Mr. Irwin. I can get through it in about 30 minutes. I can fast forward through all that.
Crap. There's a lot of filler, bro.
So Becky Lynch had an interview, right? So she comes out and is getting interviewed. And then we watch an entire WrestleMania match.
45 minutes.
And then they came back to the interview. I was like, what?
She just stood there the whole time for 45 minutes. What the heck, man?
But we did get to see her get choked up. Okay.
They should have interrupted every 5 minutes and asked her about that match or something. It was weird.
You know what? Do some commentary over the matches.
Oh,
that would
still ain't gonna watch it.
What happened here?
I'd fast forward.
That'd be better than just repeating the match.
It wasn't very good.
Aleister Black. How many job matches are we going to get? We get old matches. Although shout out to Jason Cade. He's the PWX champion over in North Carolina. A lot of good talent comes out of PWX.
Nice.
Thank you for bringing up the Aleister Black thing. That is really starting to bug the hell out of me.
All right. There was something that happened on Raw that was significant.
Okay, is it the Kevin Owens?
No, it was that Tope Suicida that was totally suicide.
Montez Ford just dies.
There was a botch. So, there was definitely a botch.
Let me ask you a question, Boogie, because initially Seth Rollins is grabbing for Montez's feet. Montez misses them, or it is missed, and he continues. And there seemed to be a little hesitation as he was going over the top. And then Austin Theory totally mizzed him out. And
that's on Austin Theory. He wasn't even looking for him.
I was wondering if that thing not supposed to happen?
Oh no. Austin Theory. And I don't know if Austin Theory didn't realize he was coming that fast, because there's a responsibility on the guy doing the dive too. You got to make sure your guy's in place. But man, oh my gosh.
Just the impact was like, oh,
I saw a picture of Selena Vega, and she's like,
oh yeah, dude. I can about imagine being there live and seeing that. It's like, oh God, he's dead. He's dead.
Oh man.
But dude, as soon as it happened, because there's absolutely no noise there besides them.
And then
it sounded like a gunshot.
At least they got that on camera.
Hope he gets a bonus for that.
Oh god, that sounds like us when we did backyard wrestling.
You got that right.
Yeah, we could take some bump through flaming table with thumbtacks, and the dude with the camera's looking in the woods somewhere. It's like, really? Like I'm doing this in front of 3 of my friends, and you didn't get it on tape? What's wrong with you?
Either there was some miscommunication there, or I think Theory just wasn't aware, was like he forgot what he was supposed to do, and he just was mispositioned, because man, it was just.
After that, though, how great was Kevin Owens' promo?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Beat down, leaning on the bottom rope and just talking slow, and then as he kind of starts to get back, he stands up. Oh, dude, he's one of the best.
Once again, this is an example of what can happen when you just let the freaking guy work.
Oh yeah, give Kevin Owens a microphone and tell him to talk. You can tell that was not scripted. But why is that? Do guys get so comfortable that they take chances, or do they earn trust and Vince lets them talk? Which Kevin Owens has told the story over and over and over. When he was in NXT, when he first showed up, they basically at the tryout handed him a microphone and said talk. And obviously he's not in the best shape. So when they're doing drills and running ropes and all that, he's like, I got through it. But then when they handed me the mic, he's like, I already knew what I was going to say. Talked about Sami Zayn being there before him and how Sami Zayn always is there to steal the thunder. The dude can talk.
It keeps coming out that's one of the reasons why they've kind of slowed him down as far as pushing him, is Vince wants him to lose weight.
He doesn't need to, man. He doesn't need to. It doesn't matter. The dude can go hold for hold with anybody. He is one of the best.
Did they make friggin' Joe lose weight?
Well,
I don't think he needs to lose weight either.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if that's the problem, it's like, why didn't you make Joe lose weight?
It's the old mindset of somebody in the crowd looking at him, and they don't want to look at, well, if he can do it, I can do it. But it's like, nobody thinks that way anymore. Maybe in the 70s, maybe in the 80s, when dudes were jacked and tanned looking like Hulk Hogan. It's not like that anymore, man. Kevin Owens doesn't need to lose weight.
No,
he doesn't need to lose weight.
Well, it would be better for him if he did.
He already has actually lost a little bit of weight.
Oh yeah, he's definitely slimmer than what I saw. Like the
bunch of fat dudes telling Kevin Owens he needs to lose weight.
I'm not. I mean, hey, look, that guy's doing a lot of physical stuff. My dad was a fat guy that played tennis. It hurt his knees. Lose some weight. I'm sedentary. What is it going to be?
I just had knee surgery last year. What are you saying, Yule?
Dude, like guys at that size who can move that way, who cares?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just like guys like Bam Bam Bigelow. Stuff,
they will. McMahon is
awesome. Look at the SST, man. They weren't super cut and jacked, but they were freaking crazy.
Oh, there's something about fat guys though also that seem to be able to, they're like naturally able to take damage more than like somebody that's like beautifully sculpted. Well, maybe so, a big bear, you look at a bear and they like kind of look like they're like a little low heavy. They'll fuck you up. It's a bear.
I don't like what you're comparing us to here, man.
What is happening?
I'm not. Hey,
but yeah, okay. So like I said, Becky Lynch gets choked out. What's the
Becky who?
Becky Lynch, the man.
Becky Lynch.
Becky got choked out.
Yeah, she got choked out, and what's the name? Got beat down by Charlotte.
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. She got beat down by Charlotte.
The Survivor Series match.
Asuka was in a squash match.
Yeah, I give Raw C+. There you go. It didn't do it for me.
It's the same thing they've been doing every week since this started.
Yeah.
Job matches and promos. It's the worst buildup in the history of WrestleMania.
You know, they have so much. Well,
all right. So, like Raw was let's move to what I thought was it was better than last week. AEW Dynamite, because I thought AEW Dynamite strong 2 weeks ago. Didn't like it as much last week, and then it was back being okay this week, I thought.
You've been in quarantine way too long, Brian always says.
Yeah, I see that.
What it is the Bay Area has noticed a 42% increase in alcoholic consumption.
You have nothing else to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been doing it longer than the rest of the country.
Well, we're on AEW. I want to actually talk about AEW Dark. I don't know if anybody watched Dark.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
They debuted this kind of hippie wrestler. I think his name was Foop or something. It was weird. He got his ass stomped by what was it? Trevor, whatever, the Jake the Snake guy, I thought. But it was whatever that new hippie wrestler is. They don't need to show him on TV anymore. I don't even know who you're talking about. That's what trust me. Go back and watch. He came out. He was doing.
It wasn't Sugar Dunkerton, was it?
Was it
Sugar Dunkerton?
He was on. He was on Dark this week.
Really?
Friend of Adam Wade Adams.
Really?
But he may have wrestled as something else.
He had these weird long trunks on, and he was kind of doing like a hippie gimmick. And,
was he a black dude?
No. They had two debuts. It was one was a guy named Corey Stewart, I thought, and then he got squashed. And then the Foob guy or whatever his name, that dude was awful. He was terrible. I was like, that dude should never, because Cody's beat somebody, and I was just like, AEW Dark was not. I was like, oh, these guys are not ready to be on TV yet. I had to find that guy's name, but he was awful. And then, so I just wanted to mention that because I was like, that guy's name was like Foob or something. It was horrible. He was terrible. He was a terrible wrestler, and that match was very quick, thank God. But then we go into Dynamite, and Cody on color commentary, digging Brandy as the announcer. I'm digging her.
It's like she was born to do it.
She didn't do it this week. Dasha, whatever, did it.
Oh, was that a different chick? I thought
yeah.
It was Dasha Gonzalez this week.
She only came out with the nightmare at the end.
Not mad at her either.
Well, yeah. I like, yeah. Oh, man.
Fabu Andre. That's the name of the guy that was in Dark.
Oh, Fabu, huh?
Fabu Andre.
Horrible. That dude was horrible. He just really, he pissed me off. He reminded me of what was the idiot one-man band that's in WWE and all. God, he's just doing too much.
You don't like the one-man band?
Heath Slater? What's happening?
He's got kids, man.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't work, but my God.
He could just work at Walmart instead of freaking AEW.
I'll make more money, probably.
I mean, my man was out there bobbing his head and had some weird. It was not good, man. I was like, who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
Oh, God, he's horrible. That dude was terrible. But yeah, so that's why I was like, I had to do a matrix and erase him from my memory. I wish I hadn't watched that. But yeah, but like I said, Dynamite was better. Did we like Jericho's segment with his dogs and
those dogs, they're so cute.
Yeah.
Why do you have pants on in the hot tub?
Well, hey, you're gonna ask Le Champion.
I'm here to ask the hard-hitting questions.
I mean, who are you?
Because he can't show his balls on freaking television.
Yeah, that would have been awful.
Well, have you ever heard of swimming trunks, Bob? We don't just go from pants to nude.
I just assume that's a Canadian thing.
He's not recording Sexy Party.
Dude, yeah, Frank is exactly right, dude, man. The Lance Archer versus Marco Stunt thing was like Bundy versus the midgets, man.
Yeah,
that choke slam off the apron into the crowd was insane.
Yeah.
Insane. I liked it. I liked his debut. I liked the Jake promo. I liked that he just beat him down. I don't really care for Marco Stunt, but I like it because he was vicious. takes
Well,
out
that's
the
the
ringside
perfect Marco
doctor.
stunt thing right there.
Yeah, just beat him
if I'm
up.
to take, I mean, you're never going to take him seriously.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Omega versus Trent? It felt kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's babyface versus babyface. It's gonna feel weird.
But I mean, it's Omega, so you know.
And they let it be a competitive match. That was another thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to go to a draw for real.
Yeah,
It should have. I
It
thought
almost did. It almost went to the time limit. So, but
Trent's pretty good.
Go ahead, Bob. Sorry.
Trent's a good wrestler, man. I mean, he throws some, and again, it's like I said, it's knowing how to sell, man, and he sells his moves well.
Have you seen Chuck Taylor on Twitter with the whole being able to say shit one time? On
Yeah.
So then he's been wanting to say it, and he's like, maybe tonight's going to be my night. I mean, it's been going on since the beginning.
Yeah.
And then Trent slips and says shit. And Chuck, like, as soon as he hits the suplex, Chuck comes over and he's like, dude, you said the S word on TV before me. So fun. It's just classic because it's great stuff. It's
all right. So
funny.
on WWE on Monday, I forget who said it, but someone said like bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
Somebody said it.
And then someone said "God damn," but the "damn" was it was bleeped out.
From what I understand about Raw on USA, the first hour is supposed to be family friendly. Once they go into 9 o'clock and beyond, that they can say shit. Vince has these rules and that he's agreed with USA Network, so they know like that first hour for sure. Keep it family friendly, and then
I disagree with that, dude. Either be family friendly or don't, because I don't need my kids sitting there watching it, and then you're dropping GDs and everything else.
There's kids in
cool. Yeah,
sure. Yeah, especially at the live event. So they go, okay, well, we're in the 9 o'clock hour now. You can say shit.
Right.
My kid's still here.
Did you like the name of the new mid card belt, the TNT Championship? Don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with it. I mean,
I bet it was like this. All right, here it is, Bob. This is what happened.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, we're going to give you 2 more years, AEW, but you got to name a belt the TNT belt.
What are they going to do if they change channels? Change it to the
TV title,
belt.
USA Championship?
This is just a TV belt, but they named it the TNT belt.
I don't know why they didn't just call it the TNT television title or something like that. And
I like television better than TV.
And that way, if something happens and they do move off of TNT, they could just drop the TNT part.
It's leaked out that Arn Anderson is going to win the championship. So I don't know how.
I have to get out my Arn television title.
You know what's going to happen, Bob, is if they have to make it the TV championship, it will just be the YouTube championship or something like that.
Especially for Dark or something, they should have because Dark is the YouTube show, so they should have a YouTube title or whatever. They could do that.
Social media champion.
Why don't we just call it the 24/7 title? Oh wait,
God.
One of the things, like I said, Dark was Dynamite was actually good, but what they're doing now, and Excalibur said they're going to start doing this every week. They went a Broadway 1 hour on YouTube live streamed. It was Excalibur, Jim Ross, and Taz for 1 hour on that channel. I thought that was good. Live chat with the fans after Dark, after Dynamite aired. That was really good. I don't know if any of you guys actually got to watch that, but I watched it. It was great.
I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I saw it and I was like, that's a really good idea.
They're supposed to do that every week since Jim had.
That's a good idea.
So I thought they were actually taking questions from the fans for an hour. Although towards the end there, Jim Ross was like, damn, how long are we going to be doing this thing?
I need my vitamins.
Yeah, he was like,
"We
my pill. A whole hour." And I was like, it's getting later at night. I've started to notice he's a little cranky, and he wasn't wearing his cowboy hat. He was wearing the AEW hat, and his book had just come out. Which, by the way, I'm about to buy the audio of that. I've heard the book is really good. Under the Black Hat, Jim Ross's new book. I've heard that it's really an exceptional book, but I want to get the audio of that, which he actually recorded. He's been talking about that on the podcast that he recorded the sessions for Under the Black Hat. So I want to get the audio book of that because I like to listen to stuff like podcasts and stuff when I'm writing and packing and doing all that stuff. So I thought it would be nice to have the Under the Black Hat book and listen to it while I'm packing all these comics. And so I'm gonna purchase that.
beautiful comics.
Yeah.
I want to reach through this camera and smack you.
Healing power.
I might read it again tonight.
Well, you
What did
flatter me, but
what did you guys think of the women's match? Sheeta versus Anna Jay.
She's
cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it started kind of slow and sloppy. Really,
yeah. I thought it got better towards the end though.
But
It's
didn't
no
they say
Damian
that
Priest match.
Didn't they say that she trains with QT Marshall?
Yeah.
So I think the number 8 and number 9 of the Dark Order, I think they were probably students too. And it goes back to, again, people can't travel, people can't get there, so they're just throwing whoever in and trying to. I thought this show struggled for that. I thought the tag match.
Tony's very weak. He needs a stronger, because like Cody, I actually thought he was better with Colt Cabana than Cody.
Yeah, I did.
Colt's great. Colt's great at commentary.
Colt is better at color than Cody. I got to be honest about that. And they tried to throw a little nod to Excalibur and mention Tope Suicida and all that, and I was like, okay.
Then
they missed Excalibur's who they missed. Dude, yeah. I watched a ton of PWG this week, and he is so good by himself, man. So good.
But what do you guys think of the new the Natural Nightmares?
Stupid. I guess I'm all right with it.
At least it's tying together, right?
Yeah, but
yeah.
QT Marshall's just. Why does he have a job? Because he's friends with him.
He's friends with Cody.
Yeah.
I like what Brody Lee did at the end. I mean, he came out and he just wasted the dude.
Murdered that guy.
Yeah. And then the main event was. I thought the main event was pretty good.
Anybody hear Brody Lee's podcast with Jericho?
No,
I did.
Yes.
And mentioning the stuff that that they were going to take him and what's the redhead guy, Rory or whatever, and make them Demolition.
Yeah. Vince he basically said, "You see this? Just a bigger version of this."
Yeah, and that whole thing. Some of the stuff. It was cringeworthy hearing him, and that Vince wanted him to talk with a Southern drawl and do all of. I was just like, my God, is Vince out of touch, like they say? I like to still think Vince is pretty smart and has an idea, but it sounds hokey as hell. Some of the dumb stuff that Matt Hardy was saying that Vince, the ideas that they have, Moxley last year on Jericho's podcast, that Vince had, hey, we want to do this for you. I don't
wanted him to use the word pooper scooper in a promo. He's like, and then I got to run around all day long figuring out how to get the word pooper scooper out of my promo.
Yeah.
Suffering succotash, suckers. That's what Roman Reigns had to say. And he couldn't sell it. And he's been shit ever since.
I do like when he was talking about how he when he first met him, he hated Eric Rowan. Because they were working together, they made him room together, and he snored.
Well, he said he hated him. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he said he freaking hated him. But then
those are the things.
Yeah. But he also said like one of the reasons why Vince never saw anything in him is because he's like, dude, you stick me next to Eric Rowan, and Eric Rowan is freaking gigantic.
I guess so, but they gave everything that seemed like it should have been Luke Harper.
Yeah,
Brody Lee, and they gave it to Rowan. This guy says, "Oh, well, how about me being a smart guy?" Well, they made him the vintner, or Rowan the vintner. Oh, I'm a whiny, and then like 2 weeks later, it's like dropped anyway. It doesn't matter. Yeah,
he to bring it back, he actually said he wanted to be more like a Bruiser Brody, like an intelligent.
Yeah, that's why he got Brody in his name.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why his name. They put Brody in his name, but he wanted to be like an intelligent brute.
Can anybody remember what happened in the video segment that he did? That he got upset with his minion.
Yawning.
It was yawning.
Yeah,
it was Jack Swagger. That's Jake Hager, right?
That's a throwback to. That's a throwback to Vince. That's a throwback to Vince because the writers there are stories where he would yell at people during the meetings of the writers meetings and stuff because they would yawn because the damn meetings would go 6-7 hours.
Well, Jack Swagger got de-pushed or whatever you call it, squashed because he fell asleep at a meeting.
Yep.
Also, and it was just dude. Come on. You bore me.
Yeah, I actually like the Brody Lee vignettes, man. I think they're funny.
Yeah, I do think that I'm still not a huge Dark Order fan, but with him as the that's one thing he mentioned on the Jericho podcast, that they intentionally switched it because so many fans thought that Matt Hardy was going to be the leader.
Yeah,
and then they came to him and they were like, "Well, we want you to be the leader, and then we'll debut you all." Obviously he mentioned that they were going to do it in his hometown. He was supposed to, and then all that got shut down, and they changed everything. So Jericho's last few weeks have been very interesting on his podcast. I listen to all these. I listen to Jericho. I listen to
Packing books.
Yeah,
and the podcast and packing.
Do you listen to Bruce Pritchard's?
I've listened. What's that? Something to Wrestle.
Oh, it's great, dude.
I have, but that guy that's Ric Flair's son-in-law, who also is the co-host on JR's podcast,
Conrad, is awesome, man.
That dude gets on my nerves sometimes.
I love
he's very
Conrad.
annoying on Eric Bischoff's podcast, because Bischoff sounds like he's like, especially those first episodes where he was kind of getting used to Conrad. Conrad asked him questions, and he sounded like he would get really annoyed with him. And then now it just seems it's kind of a running joke now. But I still listen. Was it 83 weeks sometimes? But
for Bischoff.
Bischoff's is pretty good. Bruce Pritchard's podcast is solid, but I've never been a huge Bruce Pritchard fan. I love JR's pod. JR gets really cranky. You could tell he gets kind of pissed off. Nyla Rose is a woman, damn it. Why can't you wrap your head around that? You think I meant to misgender Nyla Rose? Go F yourself. He'll say stuff like that. Because people are just shitting on him because he, and I thought, it's a goof that we live in this world now that we've got transgender athletes, and, JR's old school, and he said, "Oh, King of the Mountain. You think I meant to do? Who's been a bigger advocate for Nyla Rose than me? Damn it. Go F yourself."
Oh, God.
Look, he is justifying his purpose every way he can. And if he's given the Hogan rub, in the very least, he's trying to warm everybody up to the concept of it who might not be so inclined to want to do that right now.
Yeah. I love JR's podcast. I love, obviously, I listen to both of Jim Cornette's podcasts.
Yeah.
The experience
drive
through.
He had some choice words about the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he did not. He fast forwarded through the Matt Hardy teleport segment because he thought it was just they were just setting up for a commercial. And Brian Last said, "No, it was for real. They did a tele. Are you telling me I'm gonna be watching wrestling with teleporting in it? I'm not watching that." That whole thing. He said, "This is what I'm talking about right here." And the fact that I was laughing my ass off. Oh, as we're getting towards the end, this is the big thing because we saw. I think everybody here watched the 2-part Chris Benoit Dark Side of the Ring.
So you can spoil me on it. What happens?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was outstanding, right? But they mentioned during the show that they had reached out to Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan did not want to participate in the 2-hour special, right?
Yep.
And then some people said, Kevin, I guess, felt some type of way about how he was portrayed, especially his Nancy's sister mentioning that he had abused her or whatever, and he had beaten her, she had black eyes or whatever, busted lips, and so they had whatever happened. They had been having some problems in their marriage. Jim Cornette reached out.
They ever choke her to death?
Well, I have no idea. But
just
Jim
curious.
That's stiff.
Sorry.
I'm like, Jim Cornette reached out to Kevin Sullivan. I believe it is going to be on April 10th. He is going to be on Jim Cornette's podcast. And it's been on, he's never talked about. So I thought that was spicy that Jim Cornette is going to have Kevin Sullivan on. So I am very much looking forward to listening to that. So that was something that he teased during this. He was like, I thought the show was good. I need to get through the rest of the New Jack episode. I haven't
watched that one yet.
I've heard that is very interesting.
Yeah. The Bruiser Brody one was really good. The one on
Montreal
Savage
Screwjob.
Montreal Screwjob was good. The Savage Miss Elizabeth one was good.
Yeah. So,
I'm very surprised. Those Viceland shows are actually really good.
Yeah, so I am very curious. But like I said, Kevin Sullivan has not spoken. He's out of respect to the family, but I guess maybe I don't know what he's going to say, but I know he had some issues with some of the things that were said on the 2-hour special.
Yeah.
So he had some issue. And like I said, Nancy's sister did say that, he beat her and then, she would, she would console her and the whole thing. So he obviously wasn't there to defend himself or, you're married to somebody. I know the relationship can be complicated or whatever. And, I know things have happened when I've been in relationships and stuff. So, I am
sexy party Saturdays.
Yeah,
but either
on
way.
the Akari Press channel.
Before we leave, I do have the as of 8 hours ago, I have the card for WrestleMania. You guys want to run through a few of the matches?
Oh yeah, let's do it real quick.
Okay, so Kabuki Warriors versus Electric Bliss, Nikki Cross. I think
Kabuki.
I think Bliss and Cross are taking it.
Is Io is what's her name even around right now?
As of right now, apparently.
Oh, but they taped it, so it doesn't matter.
It's taped, yeah. I think Kabuki Warriors.
You do.
Otis versus Ziggler. I think Otis wins this, man.
Ziggler all the way.
Mandy Rose is going to help Otis win.
Yeah,
Mandy Rose is going to cement herself as a heel and help Ziggler win.
Nope.
Oh yeah, she's going to make out right in front of everybody. All the audience is going to gasp. It's going to be horrible.
Now you just won me over because Vince is probably saying it'll be great.
It'll be great. Good shit. Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. We know Aleister Black's winning that.
Aleister Black. All right.
He's wrestling who?
Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley.
Has there been any build up to that at all? I had no clue.
No.
Elias versus Corbin. I think Elias wins that.
Although they said Elias was injured. Remember, if you've been reading, he got injured when he took that fall. But it's a worked injury according to Meltzer. So
Street
Profits are going to win their match. I think they're not taking those belts off of them yet.
If that one guy's still alive.
Yeah.
How's your back feeling, dude? Montez. You know what? Bianca Belair can come out instead. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Miz, it's going to be Morrison versus New Day versus Usos or one of each of them.
Miz is not participating in that, so
it's just Morrison, right?
Apparently the Miz Morrison's just going to be by himself, but there's someone he's going to win.
Miz and Morrison.
Gotta go.
Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. I'm saying Zayn keeps it.
Oh, how dare you!
That match is going to be so good.
That's the only match to watch.
Owens versus Rollins.
That'll be good.
Yeah,
I think Kevin Owens is going to win that because, like I said, I think because Seth Rollins and Becky are going away.
Yeah, but are they really? I mean, if wrestling's going away,
everybody.
Does that make a difference to how it ends up?
I don't know.
Oh, Antonio's got it.
I think
he just coughed.
Yeah. Well, I just.
Oh God.
No. Don't do that.
It's on the Gemini mailers, everybody.
Oh no, I've got it. I've got it now.
Oh no.
I got the Voldemort virus.
Oh, thank God it's coming out to California. It'll die before it gets to me.
SmackDown Women's Championship. I think Sasha Banks wins this. I think it sets up a new storyline between her and Bayley.
All right. Finally, the cat fight's going to happen. Can't wait.
And then Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. I think Rhea Ripley retains.
Yeah,
sure. And then Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. I think Shayna Baszler wins. And then Ronda. Well, supposedly Ronda was going to come out and kick the crap out of her, but we'll see. I think Shayna wins because unless, like you said, unless they're planning on. Now what you've had
No, dude, Antonio is smitten with Nyla Rose right now. Let me tell you, when we go off the air, All he can talk about is Nyla Rose.
It's crazy. None of us can talk because he's like, share my screen real quick.
Oh God! Here we
No,
go.
no. I'm just
not for real.
Oh, I thought it was like I was like, are you sharing something for real?
No.
Edge versus Orton. I think Edge takes it. Yeah. And
sure,
then
why not?
now there's a big rumor going around.
Listening to Bob talk about this, I'm never going to make it through it.
There's a big rumor that Cena's going to bury Wyatt.
So
there's a big rumor that Cena's going to bury Wyatt. I don't think so. I think Wyatt wins that. And then AJ versus Undertaker. Who cares?
Well, I think Cena owes a favor since Wyatt put him over when they faced each other.
Are you kidding me? He owes Wyatt a favor.
Yeah.
Change your name to Vince.
Brock Lesnar.
After all,
he does drive for Triple H.
Part-timers, and now he's definitely a part-timer.
Oh, he's going to show everybody the way.
No.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
But,
see where it is in the future.
Why don't you guys bet on
this will be the one.
Yeah. Why don't you guys bet?
All right, we'll bet on it.
Make some skin in the game.
They're doing the DraftKings special. WrestleMania's got a sponsorship deal with DraftKings. You can go on DraftKings.com and enter the WrestleMania challenge. And
we have no affiliation with them.
No, absolutely not. But it is WrestleMania. They've been advertising it on the WWE Network, and I've been getting emails from the WWE Shop Zone or whatever. They've been sending me the little newsletter and promoting the damn WrestleMania DraftKings thing. So if you are into gambling on sports entertainment, you can go to DraftKings.com and put some shekels down on who's going to win all these matches with no one intended.
Always wait till the last 2 minutes before you make that bet.
Go to collarandelbowbrand.com.
Last
the promo code ComicCast to save 10% on all of your merchandise.
That is
you
also
won't lose anything that way.
By the way, you can that is in the description for this video.
Yeah.
We never talk about it, but they really do have cool wrestling shirts, man. I bought a few of them.
Last match, Brock versus Drew. I think we all knew who's going to win that one.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, God, no.
There's not going to be any wrestling for 3 months, so what's the difference?
Put it on Drew, for God's sake. That's
Drew's contract will be up by the time we get wrestling again.
This thing's going to be a car wreck, man.
And let's see, Brock Carey. Cena winning is almost guaranteed. I again think he owes Mr. Wyatt a favor. I think he owes.
You don't think just being in a match with John Cena is favor enough, Antonio?
That's exactly what Vince said to Bray when he told him he was losing.
Bray seemed to have a problem with being made to put Goldberg over based on some of his kind of tweets and posts on Instagram after the loss at Super Showdown. That he seemed to kind of be a little bummed out. I was like, don't be like Goldberg and think you're really the champ. Goldberg I didn't realize that Goldberg actually thought he was the champ when he was winning that belt back in the day.
Dude, Goldberg's going to keep the belt. That's what I think.
Yeah,
same thing.
Well, they're definitely not going to let him lose to Braun Strowman. That doesn't make any sense. He was going to lose to Roman Reigns. Make no mistake about that.
That's what I think too. Yeah.
But now that you're not going to have Roman, you
wrestling,
Goldberg.
So that means we're going to
be better than any of Goldberg's previous championship runs.
It's going to be longer because if he does win, he's going to be the champion for like 3 months.
And
you've never worked harder either.
I suspect he belt, and then he'll have to drop it at SummerSlam since they're talking about doing the Hall of Fame stuff at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's the way I see that. The SummerSlam's going to be epic this year.
He's going to drop it to Hogan
if there's a SummerSlam. If we're not all dead by then.
If the world doesn't look like the Tommy Knockers, I think if toilet paper is back available to the public,
it's going to be months.
Bring out the pooper scooper. This show's going to suck.
Yeah. Oh man! Wait, not this one though.
Oh yeah, it is.
No. We've got the network. We're fine.
But yeah, so was that all the matches?
That's it, man.
That's all the matches. All right, Boogie, do you have anything you want to say? Because obviously we will be on the S&B network next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check the links of my favorite channels on the Akari Press channel, and you will see the S&B network is one of those featured channels. We will be back on Boogie's channel next week. Please join us there, but Boogie, what do you have to say or anything about your horrible network or whatever?
WrestleMania may be too big for one night, but the Wrestling Council can cover it all in 60 minutes or less.
Yeah, well,
Preferably less.
69, bro.
Well, so you better wrap in the next 28 seconds.
Yeah, but either way, guys, thank you guys for watching. Obviously this will be syndicated all over SoundCloud, all that good shit. The Wrestling Council, we'll be back next week. SNB Network, obviously at CardyPress.com. Check us out. For Comic Book Bob, Yul Carter, Boogie Bentley, I'm Antonio Bryce. Deuces. Oh, no.